Procter Gamble sounding off on tariffs this morning, saying a statement from the company reads this: these imports are necessary to P&G's ability to delight consumers and meet their needs. Higher costs from tariffs may also translate into higher prices, reduce P&G sales, undermine American jobs in P&G U.S. operations. So the tariffs on China, we've seen China retaliate. We haven't really seen the impact on consumers, but I was speaking to a source just the other day, and he said to me, look, you take kids' bicycles. Right now, bikes in Walmart for kids cost $69. That may go up to $100. Are consumers going to start noticing the retaliations we're seeing from China?
So this argument about prices, there's a very high cost to low prices. I mean, where was Procter & Gamble for the last 15 years when they were making profits on lower prices from cheap subsidized goods from China, and we were losing over 70,000 factories and over 5 million manufacturing jobs, and our wages were stagnant? If you look at this as an economist, what you see is the use of tariffs to pull down the unfair trade practices and tariffs of these foreign countries. But you also see it as a way to build capacity here. Wages go up, jobs go up, factories get built, investment goes up, and that's how you build a strong America. That's how President Donald J. Trump is making America great again.
But you're dealing with a dictator for life. He doesn't care what happens in the next couple of years in terms of these tariffs. I'm talking about China. And we know that they've retaliated. What are the plans for this next tranche, $267 billion?
If we're talking about China, let's step back just for a minute and see something remarkable that's happened. In just 18 months, President Trump has basically got the American people to understand unequivocally that China is cheating us, ripping us off, and that something needs to be done.
And they won't even admit it.
I'm looking at Capitol Hill right there, and bipartisan support from Senators Schumer to Rubio.
No, I agree, and I know they've been ripping us off. I agree, and it was smart for the president to do this.
Businesses, many corporations who've been ripped off are behind us, and so this is a time in history where we have to stand up to the Chinese. One of the problems, exactly, Maria, is that the Chinese won't even acknowledge that they're doing what they're doing.
Exactly.
How do you have a negotiation with somebody who says, no, we're not hacking into your
So
computers?
I come back to my initial question. Where does this go? When does this end? At some point, the markets are going to say, you know what, we're not getting a deal done with China. This is going to be the long haul, and we'll react.
So I think the markets are reacting to what the president is doing. We've talked about this for many years, Maria. I believe that what we're doing with China is bullish in that what we need in this global economy is a restructuring to free, fair, and reciprocal trade. And we can get that with Europe, Japan, Mexico, Canada. China, if they continue to do what they're doing, it will be the bad actor on the world stage. And we can't. Listen, if we could solve our China problem, we'd have for the next 50 years prosperity. So that's what's at stake here. But
many people say, look, in order to really be effective with China, the president needs to team up with our other allies and show that China is the bad actor on the global stage. But if you're having a spat with everybody, how do you team up with everybody against China?
I think we've talked about just in the last few minutes the fact that we're talking with everybody. We're making progress with Europe. We're making with Japan. And guess what? The other thing that the president has done with respect to China is he's built this coalition. I mean, Japan gets tremendously exploited by the Chinese. In terms of trying to attack their intellectual property, their bullying and things like that. They are totally on board with protections for intellectual property, as are the Germans and the Europeans more broadly. So this is unfolding just the way President Donald J. Trump has seen the chessboard. It's a beautiful thing to watch. We're moving in the right direction for the American people, and he has very strong support for this policy.
What are the odds that he institutes that next tranche on the $267 billion in Chinese goods?
So The president stated unequivocally when the $200 billion went into effect yesterday that if China retaliated, that the next tranche would be set in motion. That's about a 6 to 7 week process, because Ambassador Lighthizer would take it through process. So let's see what the Chinese do and go from there. I can assure you that if the Chinese retaliate, that the president will keep his word. Because you know what? Americans love this president because he keeps his promises. This thing that happened yesterday with South Korea, that was a promise that goes back to June of 2016 on the campaign trail in Pennsylvania, and he keeps his promises.
And do you think we'll see another deal on the books by year end with the EU?
I do. Look, we're going to see another deal, certainly, and it may be sooner rather than later, so stay tuned.
All right, we'll leave it there. Peter, good to see you.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining us. Peter Navarro.